Hi everyone, welcome to day 98 of Wild Writing in the Time of Corona. I'd like to dedicate today's workshop to Global Pride 2020, Global Pride Day 2020 even. I know there's a fantastic lineup of people across the whole world coming out to celebrate this, and I'd like in my own small way to make a contribution. I'd like to give you the chance to be creative, to write your own Pride poem, to find your own words to say that we stand by all the LGBTQ plus community. We see you, we hear you, you are indeed loved. And why not let your pride out? And I think before I start the workshop, I say this not just as a teacher, not just as a poet, but probably most of all as the mum of a very strong and proud gay young woman who I stand by absolutely. So that's my little introduction. So I hope you'll follow me on hashtag Global Pride 2020 or hashtag Global Pride to me. Here's how the workshop works. So I'm going to give you 6 broad categories, and for each of those categories, when you hear the category, you try and write down what first comes into your head. Maybe that's one word, maybe that's several words. And so we're going to make a kind of 2 lists, really. I know this is a bit school teachery, but bear with me, it does work. So you need to make a list, first of all, of 6 things. The first word on the list is rainbow. I know it's a very well-known symbol. The second word on the list is pride. The third word on the list is icon. The 4th is family. The 5th word is acceptance. And the 6th is the phrase some people. So that's both words. I'll go through those again to make sure you've got them jotted down. So we have rainbow, pride, icon, family, acceptance, and some people. So you have that list written down, and you see the word rainbow. So jot down a word or words that come into your head when you hear that word, when you think of that word. The same with pride, the same with icon, the same with family, and the same with acceptance. You might find yourself writing down several words. That's fine. And with some people, can you just finish the phrase? So some people, and then whatever you want to say. So you'll now have a new list of 6. I'll just show you my list just to demonstrate that. So that's my list of 6. And from that list of 6, those 6 things, it's a bit like a puzzle really. Those 6 things you're going to try and put together into a poem. You may not be able to use all 6, but the challenge is to use at least 4 and to write a poem of at least 4 lines and have it saying what you want it to say, and particularly with today's theme in mind. So all you need to do this are a pen and paper. That's all you need. Really simple. And I call it wild writing because there's often a moment when you have generated your words that you think, oh, that goes with that, or I could say that. So I'm going to say in a minute, I'm going to ask you to write it. And generally I'd say no more than 10 minutes for this. It's really, the workshop works best when it's quick, when it's spontaneous. But I'm going to say start, and I suggest that you pause the video, write your poem, and then come back to the video. Okay? So ready? Have fun and start. Okay, welcome back. How did you get on? I'm so excited to see what you've come up with. I really am. And the idea that there are people all over the world who might be writing just even a very brief poem about what pride means to them, why it's important to stand by people, why it's important to celebrate today. It's really, yeah, I'm very excited by it, as you can probably tell. Okay, so we now come to the sharing part of the workshop, and the sharing generally is done on Facebook, so people will post their poems. You can post them as yourself. You can also send them to me and I will post them. I'm sure there are other places you can post them as well, but however you want to do it. So I'm just going to tell you my choices, and then I'll read you the poem that I did, and then I have 1 or 2 other ideas. Okay, so my rainbow was that it was always in the sky, and I put sun and rain there as well. For pride, I put owning it. For the icon, I put Francis Bacon and his partner George Dyer. For family, I put letting your children be. For acceptance, I put holding a hand, which is often a gesture of acceptance. And for some people, I put some people see the stars. So those are my 6 things, and I had to puzzle to kind of get them together. So you need to make some decisions, perhaps if you're going to rhyme your poem, perhaps what perspective you're going to take it from. It might be from a creative person. I think the workshop today lends itself to people writing personally. And to tell you before I start, this is exactly what I did. What I'm going to write you is actually what happened. Okay, so I shall share with you my poem, and I hope you like it. I still recall sitting on Francis Bacon's knee as he and George talked to Mum and Dad in our peeling St Ives kitchen. I didn't know what gay was then, but I knew they loved each other, and that was how it was. That's the funny thing with children. If you just let them be, they'll hold the hand they want to hold. People, let people be. Be free to choose just who they are, who they love, who will be their star. I stand by you, my love, and that's just the way things are. And that's my poem for Global Pride 2020. I'd like to finish with just a suggestion. If you find the idea of writing poetry difficult, can I suggest that what you might like to do is write what's called an acrostic, which would mean that you wrote something like the word pride. So on one line you wrote P, and the second line you wrote R-I-D-E, and then you just put one word by the side of it. Or you could do the same with LGBTQ plus as well, if you wanted to make a poem that reads the word out from the side. It's just a suggestion if you find what I've suggested a little difficult. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I am so excited about people sharing their poems and finding another way to show celebration, really, through words. I know there'll be lots of words, lots of music, lots of other things, but as I say, in a small way, myself, Cassie at Wild Writing in the Time of Corona, I just wanted to make my own contribution and to say that I absolutely stand by you. So you take care, and I will be back here tomorrow for day 99, I believe it will be, of Wild Writing. So all the best. Take care.